Hi everyone, welcome back to Whip Dwops Games. So, after that bad result in the last game, can Whip Dwop bounce back and win some money while a chess check? Well, he was facing John Woolard with the black pieces, who's a 127 ECF, and Whip Dwop is 123. What I'd also like to point is that the place of the hotel for this venue is called the Holiday Inn. Now, I'm not sure why it's called the Holiday Inn, because I do not know anyone who's want to go to Coventry for a holiday. But then again, it's called the Holiday Inn for some reason. But I went to a holiday Coventry. But anyway, but Coventry is the scene of one of the blitzkriegs in World War II. The cathedral got bombed, so maybe there is a bit of historical significance. But nah, Coventry not a holiday. Okay. But anyway, the rant over. Chip Chop was black. C4 was played, the English opening, also known as the Channel 4 attack. Knight f6, g3, e5, Bg2 Bc5. So Dwop is implying the same opening he used against gun to gun down in the major open. And playing some sort of reverse Sicilian or Italian game setup. So his opponent played knight c3, d6. This is actually sort of reverse sniper as well, but the thing is, the sniper with the white pieces is very dull, whereas the sniper with the black pieces that Charles Story invented is rather sharp and tactical. e3, knight c6, knight f3, Bg4, queen b3. White aims to take advantage of the pawn being not protected, and queen d7 was played to sack the b7 pawn. But if the pawn is taken, then this is a poison pawn, because after rook b8, if queen a6, knight b4 wins. So castles was played, bishop h3. So Chop is taking no prisoners for this game. But actually, this move now white's castled, the b7 pawn can actually safely be taken, it seems. So this move is actually not very good. Instead, Whip Dwop should castle long, or is that too risky? I don't think actually that's too risky. It's a bit risky, but on the riskiometer, it's not quite too risky. So I think that would be a good move, castling first, and then bishop h3, because then b7 protected, bishop h3 directly, and now white did actually play the correct move, bishop h3, queen h3, queen b7. And now these two guys are forked, so king d7 was forced. So now black can't even castle. Knight d5 is now played, threatening c7. So bishop b6 is played to cover it. And white should just counter-attacking, knight g5. If in the previous position, if black dares take the knight, after white takes back, and the knight goes somewhere, say b4, and white has knight takes e5, because d takes e5 is answered by queen b5 check, and after the king moves, or c6, we've got d takes, knight takes, queen takes c5, and white's 2 pawns up, and black's king is completely wide open. So bishop b6 had to be played, knight takes f6, which is inaccurate, saying let's trip drop back into the game. Okay, it looks attractive to double the pawns, but knight g5 is much stronger, attacks the queen. And then after it moves, play something like f4 and just rip open lines towards the king, which is quite strong. Now knight f6 seems logical, but after gf6, now trip drop was open files at white's king. d4 was played, which is a complete blunder actually. If you want to try and spot a win in this position for black, then please stop the video now. In this position, there is a quiet but killing move which takes advantage of white's queen's position. The move is a6, and there's nothing white can do against the threat of rook to b8 or rook a7 even, which just wins the queen. e4 was tried or played, knight h4 was played, which again allows a6. White should play knight d2, and actually a6 doesn't work anymore because of knight takes e4. And the queen actually can escape, because after, if we play rook b8 in this position with knight takes f6 check, which removes the defence of the c6 knight. So that's a very key difference that, but White had not seen the threats, and drip drop finds a6 this time. Because sometimes in these lower sections you get second chances, you get a second bite at the cherry, whereas when I played them I never even get the first bite at the cherry, which is rather frustrating. d5 was played to try to get some compensation. Drip drop just moves the knight, and after f4, now rook a7 is rook a7 is actually stronger because he forces black to give it up this way. Because if he takes the rook, then knight g4 actually is completely crushing. So he has to take the bishop to remove the threats. And now if knight g4 is played, then we actually have queen c6 check as well. So rook a7 was a lot stronger, but rook hb8 wins the queen for insufficient compensation. And now knight 5 no blunt, and knight g2 had to be played. Fe5, and White's completely lost. He's okay, he's got a rook and knight for the queen in, but now his king's going to come under a lot of attack. Bishop d2, he's trying to get the bishop in game. Now rook g5 is very strong, but h5 was played, trying to rip open more lines. King h1, rook g5 was found this time, so the second move in the row that drip drops took 2 moves to find the correct move, but the fact he did shows good tactical vision. And now the knight's lost as well. So White just tries stacking everything in this position. And now rook takes g3 is a quicker win. Threatening queen g2 mate, and if rook takes f7, we just play king takes d6, rook f6, king e7, rook back to f2, bishop takes e3, and White can resign. C takes d6, rook takes f7, king c8, rook af1, and now rook takes g3 is played, and White try to give us a check. And the point is, if king d7, rook 1 f7 is mate, and now king c7, rook c7 also wins. But whip drop can either play king b7 or bishop d8, which was played in the game. Rook 1 f2 was played to stop the mate. Rook f3 was played to get the rooks off. After bishop a5, when this move doesn't even do anything, so White rook takes f2. And White realises, much to his horror, that rook takes d8 just is met by king b7. So White realises he's a full queen behind, and decides to throw in the towel. And a very interesting but rather quick game there, where drip drop unsoundly sacks a pawn, but his opponent fails to realise the danger. And at many games at mine level could be won by sacrificing pawns unsoundly to create a few threats, because the opponent's sense of danger are not there. So all in all, quite a nice game. But drip drop just needs to learn that, I'm sure he probably already knows this, but if he's playing like a 150 or 160 and above, that they would not give you a second chance in that position. And if you're playing like a 170 and above, then they only give you a first chance. Unless you play me, but I'm not 170 yet. I'll probably never be, but here we go, it's another story. But I hope you enjoyed this game. They put this drip drop onto 4.5 out of 6, and he has good chance for chess checking last round. So if you want to see if he wins chess check or not, then please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.